just ended the damn stream on accident, man. Oh, that's fucked up. Damn, that's fucked up. Mantis, my bad. I just ended my stream on accident. I'm probably finna get rid of that damn button. I have a button on my stream deck to start and stop the stream, and I accidentally hit the fucking stop stream button, and now I'm pissed. I can't believe I just fucking did that. I'm so mad. Like, that just pissed me off. Like, legit. Mantis, you are in here and you have not joined the Discord. I'm calling you out. I am personally calling you out. You have not joined the Discord, and I'm upset because you are active as fuck in YouTube chat, and I appreciate it more than you know. But I need you to join the Discord because of how active you are. So I'm calling you out. But no, yeah. Oh, y'all, I'm so sorry. Yeah, look, Iron Zodiac, you already knew what happened. Like, I ended my stream on accident, man. Oh, fuck. It was an accident. I'm finna get rid of that button on my stream deck. I was trying to shout out my new sub, Andy Dubs. Thank you, Andy Dubs. Andy Dubs joined my sub to my channel, I guess, from watching the stream, and I'm just mad at myself. I fucking hit my stream button on my stream deck, and I need to just get rid of that. I don't need that to be a button on my stream deck. I don't need any buttons that change anything dramatically on my fucking stream, and I did, and I have it, and I need to change that because that just pissed me off. I can't believe I just did that shit. Ah, shit. I think I'm roughly back to who was watching before. So yes, everybody looks like everybody was watching is back. I didn't continue the video because I realized what happened immediately, so we shouldn't have missed anything. God damn. Oh man. Yeah, that shouldn't have. I'm getting rid of my fucking live button. I hit the live button. So yeah, okay. God damn, I'm mad at myself for that shit. He said, hit a button. Yeah, man, I hit a fucking button. All right, gonna go back a couple seconds and we're gonna finish this shit.
Scott wants to respond, and then I'll bring Michael on there. Scott.
Yeah. Omar, my guy, you're blowing it, man. All you have to do is say, yes, absolutely, yes. I agree, and we should all agree about this and about the Pentagon too, man. It's one big empire, and I'm sorry for Pierce and everybody. The crisis and the scandal with USAID is not just pissing away money on these kind of ridiculous things as you named.
Again, if you just coming now, the fact that he fucking did not realize the sarcasm, and look at his, he got a shit face right now. He's like, oh damn, I just laughed with you because I thought you was again finna take Trump's side, and now I'm looking stupid like a fucking jackass.
Is the major engine of regime change overseas. We get distracted by things like George W. Bush marching the entire 3rd Infantry Division into Iraq and things like that. But starting in late Clinton and through W. Bush and Obama, we've had what are called the color-coded revolutions all over, mostly in Eastern Europe and in Russia's near abroad, mostly overthrowing governments that are friendly to the Russians and helping to cause this horrible new Cold War that we're in right now. And they started it in the Balkans in the late 1990s, and with, of course, Serbia in the year 2000, Georgia in 2003, Ukraine the first time in 2004. They did it again in 14. They did the failed Denim Revolution in Belarus, and the Tulip Revolution in Kyrgyzstan, and the failed Cedar Revolution in Lebanon in 2005, and on like this. And the worst crisis, the worst thing that USAID has ever done by far is 10 years ago, their avowed support for the bin Ladenites in Syria, in Barack Obama's dirty war on behalf of the Syrians. And this is where, pardon me, the Syrian so-called revolution, which was really Al-Qaeda in Iraq, in Syria, the bad guys from the last war. And why? And this is where our conversation comes full circle. Because America, following, as your other guest here said, following Netanyahu's advice and the neoconservatives working for him, lying us into war with Iraq, they empowered Iran and put the Iraqi Shiite supermajority in power in Baghdad. So then they panicked and they launched what the Bush administration called the redirection. They said, now we have to tilt back toward the Sunnis. If we put Iran up 2 pegs, the Shiites up 2 pegs in Baghdad, then we have to take them down a peg in Syria. And that means getting rid of Bashar al-Assad. And as we discussed the last time I was on your show debating Wesley Clark, Pierce, that means, as we see right now, just as happened 2 months ago, finally, Al-Qaeda in Iraq, in Syria, led by Mohammed al-Jawlani, has just seized power in Damascus and taken over the country. And it was USAID up to that in their eyeballs the whole time. Why? Because they're making up for the disaster of doing what Netanyahu had recommended the time before that.
Damn.
Okay. Michael, just to bring it back to
it could
US,
be your reception,
whatever you call it. It seems to me
is,
there ought to be broad agreement. A lot of these examples are
so
ludicrous.
It could
and it's probably a shock to the American people that their money is being wasted in this
I just double check to make sure the link
manner.
works.
But there are also legitimate concerns. This is
so
a
the
massive
link works.
agency.
It's just,
a lot of what it does is not absurd. They do help a lot of countries in a very meaningful, constructive way from everything I've read about it. You know, this sort of slam dunk thing that Elon is carrying out at the moment at Trump's behest, where he just shuts down an agency, for example. What do you feel? Do you feel comfortable about that?
There have been good programs as part of USAID. The one that's usually cited is PEPFAR, which is the President's Emergency Plan for AIDS Relief, started under George Bush in 2003.
In the description of
the problem is Democrats,
videos
notably Joe Biden, have politicized and made toxic even those programs that have been very good. So Joe Biden, by tying all U.S. foreign aid to the promotion of abortion and radical LGBT LMNOP ideology, has made even a great program like PEPFAR quite toxic. And so Elon said, we were initially going to go in there and get the worm out of the apple, but unfortunately we found out it's all worms. And so USAID, in principle, can be a good thing. I don't want American conservatives to draw the wrong conclusion from this. Yes, $70,000 on a trans.
I give him credit for being honest about that. I will give I can't stand Matt for that. I mean, I can't stand Matt as a person, but I appreciate the fact that he won't just sit here and act like the USAID is just inconsequential and we don't need it. Full stop.
Opera in Turkmenistan or whatever is ridiculous. But it's broadly speaking good for the United States to project soft power. The problem is not that America is projecting imperial power, as it's sometimes called. The problem is what we are projecting. If we were projecting truth, justice, and the American way, if we were projecting law and order and virtue and all this good stuff, great, sign me up, man. But if what we're actually projecting is transing little kids and making aid contingent on countries.
Nobody's transing kids
that don't want any of this woke nonsense, accepting these ideas. Well, then I don't want to project that kind of influence. It's less about the procedural norm of USAID and more about the substantive good.
Yeah. We've got about just a few minutes left. I want to get this in. Well, I want to move on because I want to get this in before we finish, and we're running out of time.
Just one. There's one thing that is super important that I think is missing.
Very quickly, Omar. Very quickly.
Michael, shut up.
No. It's about Elon Musk himself being unelected, having incredible conflicts of interest, and the fact that we're not talking. He's not the person who should be doing this, going in there and slashing programs on his own. He has not been confirmed by the Senate. He's in battle with all the government entities that are trying to regulate the business.
And that's what I'm saying. He has like Elon isn't an impartial person in all of this. That's what pisses me off. Moosey, what's good with you, brody? I don't. JID is a new one. I've heard Kai Cenat. I've heard fucking what's that damn NBA player name that I think is I think it's an insult. They call me this fucking NBA player. I forgot his damn name. Damn, I forgot his name. And I think it's an insult. It's a personal insult to me. But Matt or whatever his name is looks like he is legal. Looks like he legally is not allowed to own dogs. Oh shit. Not being legally able to own a dog is crazy work, bro. What's good, Moosey? I'm mad you called me Jid, bro. I'll take Jid over. What the fuck is this dude's name? It's an NBA player. What is this man's name? I cannot think of it. Like, people keep calling me this man, and it pisses me off. Hold on. And I don't want to say it because I know everybody probably finna look him up and laugh and be like, yeah, I see it, and it's gonna piss me off even more, bro. What this man name is? Hold on, I'm finna find it. No, not Ja. No, I know I don't look like Ja. Ja be engaged in too much light skin activity, bro. I know I don't look like Ja. I don't engage in light skin activity. What this man name is? Hold on. Patrick fucking Beverly. That's who niggas call me. Patrick Beverly. And if y'all laugh, you getting blocked.
And that's a clear conflict of interest that I think is deeply problematic.
This is well-established precedent.
Y'all is 2 peas in the motherfucking pod. Soon as Moosey showed up, here come Nicole. What y'all on, man? Chill out on me, bro.
So
Doge has precedent for
contracts. That's one thing, but
all right. Well, Scott, just counter that.
Sorry,
Scott,
could I make that up?
yeah, I just want to say, yeah, no. If he starts giving himself contracts to launch rockets and make
nuclear... too much, bro. I'm finna have to block niggas, bro. Why you laughing so damn hard, G?
Missiles or something, obviously that's a huge conflict of interest. But just because he's tough enough to go in there with an axe and ruin these government employees' lives, you know, he should be absolutely celebrated for that. And by the way, I forgot my footnote earlier. It's Arnon Soffer, and people can read what he wrote there for Sharon at my website, scotthorton.org.
Yeah. Okay, look, I want to turn to this. Hang on, guys, I want to leave it there because I really want to get this in before we have to let you go. And it's this: I interviewed President Zelensky on Monday, and it aired last night. And he said this about if Ukraine, as part of any settlement with Russia, which remains to be seen if Putin will go for it.
Hey, Moosey, you on bullshit. Like, I refuse to believe you serious. He said, is this Jason Collins? Is this who the fuck you talking about, bro? Maybe. Are you saying I look like this man's? I'm sorry, it's a glare. Stop playing with me, G. What's good, Mark? What's good, Mark? Niggas isn't here playing, bro.
Any of this, given that they're clearly beginning to win this war, Russia on the battlefield. But whether he accepts, I think.
Oh no, you definitely getting blocked, Moosey. You is disrespectful. So like, yeah, the first gay basketball player. You was disrespectful.
Zelensky now that getting full NATO membership is highly unlikely. So he was trying to paint for me a picture of what would be acceptable to him. And it was enough security guarantees led by NATO, where he'd have enough manpower, he lost a lot of troops obviously, enough manpower and military hardware to deter Putin from any further attacks. And he said, and you can include the nuclear weapons that we had to give up, obviously, when back in the mid-90s. So let's listen to what he said.
What will be defending us against this evil for this whole time on this whole path? Which support package? Which missiles? Will we be given nuclear weapons?
Was that his name Tebow?
Then let them give us nuclear.
I know you talking about the dude that worked at the shop in iCarly. iCarly was my shit. You talking about the dude with the locks that worked I don't remember his name, but I know exactly who the fuck you're talking about. Damn, Nicole, you lucky you got Deadpool is my favorite Marvel character. What's the name? You had I think it was Mark? Not his name, Mark. What was his name? In my chat earlier. Fuck, I feel bad. I had somebody here. He was in here. Zach or Mark? I forgot his name. He was talking for a while. He had Deadpool. It's random as fuck.
Weapons. Will they give us the missiles in the quantities that we can stop Russia? And I'm not sure of that, but I think it would help.
Moosey should be Deadpool. If anybody was to be Deadpool, it should be you. But he's Rogue. That's fucked up. Rogue is my favorite X-Men, and Deadpool is my favorite Marvel character. That's crazy. But fuck both of y'all.
Otherwise, what missiles can stop Russia's nuclear missiles? That is a rhetoric question. So let's do it the following way. Give us back nuclear arms.
Michael, what was interesting about this is that the Kremlin's come out, their spokesman Dmitry Peskov today, dismissing that suggestion. Said in principle, such statements and remarks border on madness. Now, some people might say, well, hang on a second. Ukraine, when the Soviet Union broke up and it went independent in the mid-90s, there were nuclear weapons in Ukraine, which were then returned to Russia.
It's crazy though. That is in real life, Nicole. That actually is crazy because I fuck with y'all naturally. Like when we start talking, like Y'all some cool motherfuckers, and y'all two of my favorite characters within Marvel.
America. So Ukraine, as it went independent, voluntarily agreed to give up its weapons, and there was a big agreement in place.
Yeah, Mark. It was a translation. That's not Zelensky's voice.
To offer its security guarantees, which Putin then ignored with impunity. He's got a point, hasn't he? I mean, if you've got a country like Russia with 6,000 nuclear weapons, would he have invaded Putin nearly 3 years ago if he knew that Ukraine still had nuclear defenses? And if they're not going to give Ukraine NATO full membership, is it mad, as the Russians are saying, is it mad that they should have at least one weapon?
Why did Michael just smile like that? That stupid ass smirk. What the fuck was that?
As the Russians are saying, is it mad that they should have at least one weapon which matches the firepower that the...
Wait, Mark, he said that? I missed it. Okay. Okay, that's too much to go back. That's too much, ain't it?
Okay. What missiles Russia, and I'm not sure of that, but the missiles in the quantities that we can stop Russia, and I'm not sure of that, but I think it would help. Otherwise, what missiles can stop Russia's nuclear missiles? That is a rhetoric question. So let's do it the following way. Give us back nuclear arms. So weapon path, which evil for this whole time on this whole path, which support package, which missiles, will we be given nuclear weapons? Then let them give us nuclear weapons. Will they give us the missiles in the quantities that we can stop Russia? And I'm not sure of that, but I think it would help. Otherwise, what missiles can stop Russia's nuclear missiles? That is a rhetoric question.
So rhetorical question, not okay. You probably thought he said no. He said that is a rhetorical question. Okay, I'm like, what? He said that is a rhetorical question. That's what he said.
Terribly agreed to and then ignored with impunity. He's got a point. The enemy has to stop Putin, to actually deter him from attacking again. Because look at the history. He attacked and took over Crimea, and he left it a few years, and he attacked again. He's taken more land. Call me cynical. I'm very cynical about Putin. I think he's going to carry on as much as he can, unless there is a genuine deterrent. So what do you think, Michael, of Zelensky's plea?
It's a perfectly reasonable plea. If I were him, I would make it, and I don't find any logical errors in it. And also, we're not going to give him nuclear weapons. So sorry, buddy. The fact that Ukraine lost its nuclear weapons is one of the reasons that Russia was able to invade. There's no question about it. But again, I suppose the theme of our conversations on all of these topics today has been the matter of negotiating and talking past the sale. I suspect that Vladimir Zelensky is not a dummy and doesn't really believe that Donald Trump is going to give him a nuke. However, that's probably a tactic to try to get more conventional weapons in the fight against Russia. But there's no question about it. They had them. They were a great deterrent to Russia, but nobody wants to see a nuclear war pop off in Eastern Europe.
Yeah, Scott, what do you think? I mean, it's complicated by the fact that obviously they were Russian weapons that happened to then be in independent Ukraine, and that's why this deal got done. It's probably too simplistic to say Ukraine had a nuclear deterrent against Putin. They had Russia-owned weapons, which then got returned to Russia.
Yeah, they were Soviet nukes, and the Ukrainians never had the codes for them. And
absolutely nothing, Mark. Absolutely nothing.
They were on three-stage, or I believe mostly all of them were married to three-stage rockets that are pretty hard to target at Russia next door and all of that. So they were essentially useless to the Ukrainians at the time that they gave them up anyway. But I would say, look, there's a lot of question begging and circular argument from the hawks on this stuff. And it's understandable what you say. Obviously, if Ukraine was bristling with H-bombs, then it would have been more difficult for Russia to invade. But it's, a chicken and an egg kind of assuming the conclusion sort of thing a lot of the times.
It sounds crazier than it actually is in practice, Nicole. I agree.
Because what did happen, in fact, was that Russia was provoked by America arming up Ukraine to deter Russia. And that was what the Americans said that they were doing. And I believe them, that was what they were trying to do. And as the Rand Corporation said, you have to carefully calibrate how many weapons you pour in there so that it doesn't backfire. You have to have just the right amount. And I think I told you this before when I debated Wesley Clark on your show here, Piers, was that there's this great journalist for Yahoo News named Zach Dorfman. And right at the start of the war, Zach Dorfman talked to CIA officers in Ukraine who were the ones in charge of receiving the American weapons and distributing them. And they told him that they had complained to the bosses to tell the politicians in the White House, stop this now, stop.
For those that's new in the chat, look how much the third box, the middle box, Vinny Oshana, he blinks 17 times a minute versus everybody's like maybe 6.
Pouring in more weapons.
I'm exaggerating the numbers, but he blinks excessively.
You have miscalibrated the amount of weapons. So what you're doing.
Appreciate you I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. DL Marial. I'm trying to pronounce that the best as I could. What are they calling it? Leopard eating face. Yeah, I feel like this first time I've seen you in the chat. Yeah, I just want when we 6 months from now when we revisit, I just wonder how the people that voted for Trump feel. How do you feel about everything? I feel like the only thing they might could harp on is the deportations, and I'm a little bit indifferent for the deportations. I don't have a strong feeling about the deportations as long as you're not deporting people that shouldn't be deported. I don't know if I have a strong feeling about it, and that could be fucked up, but I do feel like if you're seeking out people that's been here for 40 years and ain't committed no crimes and just have made a family that's paid into taxes and not receiving anything from it, that shit is fucked up. Don't go after people like that. But if you've been here 2 years and I'm not pressed about the deportation. I don't have that much emotion behind that type of stuff. So as far as everything else though, this whole taking over Gaza, the tariff shit, you need to have a feeling towards that because that's direct. Moosey, then how you on here? How you on my stream in real time? You ain't talking about some, man, I just woke up. Talk about some Africa. You ain't getting deported, Africa. Your grandparents been here. Your great-grandparents been here. I don't know your story, but I'll bet on it.
You're not really giving Ukraine enough to deter Russia from attacking, but you're making them feel like they better do it now because it's going to be more difficult later.
Yesterday.
Yeah. And I would also point out that...
What country? 10.
Just real quick here, that in this horrible, horrific war that's happened, the most that you could really accuse the Russians of being as ambitious as wanting possibly.
I didn't say they don't have internet. I'm talking about the time of day.
And if they were brought to the table a couple of years ago, it wouldn't have even been a question. It very well could be settled now. But it is not at all in evidence, gentlemen, that Russia wants all of Ukraine and that after they're done losing the East and the South, as they already have, that Russia will then pose a perpetual threat to invade and conquer the rest. It was truly, as I say in the book, not Kiev, it was Washington that started this war by putting Kiev in this situation as being a partial auxiliary of the American military through what they call military interoperability, making them essentially a de facto member of NATO, but without the war guarantee. So people, the Hawks say now, well, yeah, you should have given them the war guarantee. But the thing is, if they had started to bring Ukraine into NATO, Russia
I'm legit, I know my African lineage. My dad literally migrated here from Africa in his 20s. My dad is African. It ain't I don't know my lineage. My dad moved to America in his early 20s.
Invaded sooner before the ink was dry on the page in order to absolutely prevent that from taking place. It was never an option.
I mean, look, like I say, I'm very cynical. I think Putin would love to get his hands on all of Ukraine.
Trump said to Zelensky, if you want funds and arms, you got to give up those minerals, baby. Man, the funny part about it is if that plays out in Trump's favor, it won't play out in America's favor. And Trump claims he cares about America, but once the after effects kick in, everybody gonna look at Trump crazy. Even his supporters. The middle dude blinking so hard that if he had last instance, he'd be levitating. Hey, yo, how the fuck you come up with these jokes? How the fuck do you think of this shit? On me, Nicole, you wasn't here. I pointed out oh, I'm so sorry. I don't want to do that in this fucking microphone. I'm sorry. It's just hard. I'm still recovering. Please forgive me. So yeah, you wasn't here earlier. Vinny, I think he's on some type of drug. He blinked so much that it was distracting for me, and I was trying to ignore it. I'm like, God damn, this nigga is blinking so much. I could not take my eyes off of it because it was distracting. And it's I think he's on drugs. I don't know what drugs because I don't know drugs like that because I'm not a drug user. So I don't know what drug he's on, but his behavior is weird as fuck.
And then move on to other countries. But we'll see how history will record all this. Omar, just quickly, I mean, your response to Zelensky saying, look, I need enough defense to act as a genuine deterrent, not something that Putin can just ignore.
He said he got that good. He got that quality.
I mean, we need fewer nuclear weapons in the world and not more. We already are living in
Look, y'all saw the nose switch. Y'all saw the nose twitch.
Yeah, I mean, we need fewer nuclear weapons in the world and not more. We already are living in an incredibly dangerous situation by having as many nuclear weapons out there as we have.
Shit.
And of course, Donald Trump, the alleged foreign policy genius, tore up the nuclear deal with Iran that made sure that Iran could not have nukes and is pursuing a belligerent strategy towards Iran. And Iran's nuclear program is advancing and progressing, and because of that, the world is becoming incredibly more dangerous. And I think this is a very, very serious issue that when we're looking at the prospects of the world ending, it's climate change and the prospect
I don't know a lot of drug. The only drug behavior I can identify is just being high on weed. Like that's my limit to understanding drug behaviors. Like I don't know what behaviors you would see in other stronger shit. So I don't know, but I know that behavior is not sober. That's what I know.
Clear war. Those are the two biggest risks. And we are really playing with fire.
I know a crackhead too. I know a crackhead, but that's not crackhead behavior.
Continue down the path of saying that the way to maintain world peace is just to spread destructive weapons that can blow up the entire planet everywhere so that nobody would invade. We have to be more civilized than that, and we have to achieve a level of seriousness about preserving this planet for future generations that leads us down a very, very different path.
Okay.
Wait, was that a global climate change convo?
We have to maintain world peace is just to spread destructive weapons that could blow up the entire planet everywhere so that nobody would invade. We have to be more civilized than that, and we have to achieve a level of seriousness about preserving this planet for future generations that leads us down a very, very different path of what it means to achieve
final word to you,
reconciliation and resolving conflict.
Okay, 25 blinks in 15 seconds.
To say that Trump did all this stuff with Iran, let's not forget Joe Biden's administration released, what,
Look, it's on double time when he talking, too. It's even worse.
$1 billion to Iran, but that's a whole different conversation. Piers, I'm anti-Zelensky 1,000% having a nuclear weapon. I mean, there was reports that some of those tactical nukes that we were hearing that might have been smuggled in through Mexico into our country. I think it's a horrible, horrible idea. But let's go back. Just like I said with October 7th, finding out how we got here. How do we get there? Joe Biden invited basically a small incursion. He said, I wouldn't do anything if Russia did a small, tiny incursion in Ukraine, and we are where we are. And that place, let's be honest, that place has been a money laundering spot for the past freaking 4 years and years beyond that. Piers, Zelensky, we know who Zelensky is. He's a freaking puppet. He just came out the other day, Piers. What did he say? There's billions of dollars that was promised to me that are gone missing. I think cutting them off completely,
Well,
Piers,
he explained, actually, to be fair to him,
yeah,
look, Vinny, I don't agree with you about Zelensky, but to be fair to him, he explained all that in my interview, that what he meant was...
Like that. Let the record show. Piers having to be objective in a moment in time speaks volumes. Like, Piers being objective to me is a foreign concept too, especially when it comes to Trump. When it comes to Trump, Piers being objective just is a foreign concept. That's how you know shit is bad. And shit is really getting real is when Piers Morgan has to, accept the fact that Trump is objectively being a piece of shit and not doing shit in a manner that's defensible. Because Piers will defend Trump no matter how indefensible the position is, but we've gotten to a point that Piers cannot do it and maintain a crumb of credibility for his career. That's how you know Trump has just gone overboard. And we've known that this moment would come before he got elected, but here we are.
Keeps reading that he's been given $200 billion.
How many blinks can I get from this is crazy.
But he's only actually received $77 billion worth of commitment, which is part in terms of arms, and they have to get those from America, obviously, a part for other stuff on the ground they need it for. But they've certainly not had hundreds of billions, as many Americans seem to think that they have, which is
I can't
something
even
you want to clarify.
you in this chat because I don't want to get a time of day for anybody that want to run defense or think that there's something to challenge in this topic, because I know you know better because you framed the question in the best way possible. So I know you know better, so I'm not going to entertain your nonsense today, sir.
Because he says, look, we just not had nearly enough.
Framed the question
and people
perfectly.
might say that they deserve it and they shouldn't have it and they were provoked and so on. But they've been at war now for 3 years. They've had a horrendous death toll on their civilians, on their infrastructure and so on. And in the end, it just seems to me quite straightforward. Do we want a Russian dictator running around invading European countries? Yes or no? We didn't with Hitler when he tried it from the German side. We repelled it and we stopped it and we killed off Nazism. I think that Putin, nothing would surprise me, honestly. But I'm very cynical about him in a way that a lot of people, bizarrely to me, seem less cynical about him. I wouldn't trust a word he says. But anyway, I'll leave you on that bombshell. It's been a great panel. Thank you all very much indeed.
Damn, everybody.
Well, for more on President Trump's plans for Gaza, I'm joined by two people who are no strangers to Uncensored. Alan Dershowitz, former professor at Harvard Law School and professor emeritus and author of 8 books. And I'll be speaking to Dr. Mustafa Barghouti, the Secretary General.
I don't care, bro. I don't care, bro. What they talking about? They talking about nothing. 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 They talking about nothing. What they talking about? 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 They talking about nothing. They talking about nothing. June. What they talking about? They talking about nothing. 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 All right, okay, don't scratch me. I know you was getting irritable. Why do they keep bringing this pedophile on television? Wait, who? You talking about who you talking about? I'm sorry if I really want to pronounce your name correctly. DL, who are you talking about? Are you talking about the older person they put on camera? Yeah, like, hey, Nicole, I don't know if you, her name is June. Her name is June. I don't know if you, Alan. Yeah, like, I don't know nothing about Alan Dershowitz. I don't know nothing about that. That's fucked up. I hope that's not like a profound truth. And he's bringing that person on their platform. Is it like an accusation that they had? Because I would hate to him appears to be having a known PDF file. Like Larry June. It's a girl, so I can't call her Larry June, but yeah, June for sure. I love this motherfucking cat, but she just like forces her attention on people. He was on Epstein Island. Now, DL, I appreciate you for coming in this chat and supporting. I personally am not a person that likes to operate in conjecture and speculation. I don't prefer that I make accusations without proof. I'm not a person that believes because you went to Epstein Island, you were in the know of and participated in any illegal activity that happened. I don't assume that because I don't have any proof of it, nor is there enough evidence to assume that because you came there were things going on that were illegal that you were aware of. I'm so sorry. I don't want to sniff in here. I miss you more than you know. More than you know.
Welcome back, Weenie.
So, if I don't have proof of something, I don't want to claim it. You feel me? And people be like, oh, so-and-so is on Epstein Island. So-and-so is on Epstein Island. So-and-so is on Epstein Island. And it's like, all right, what was happening at the time? What was he doing? Because I think if you're a full-blown criminal doing illegal activity, you're not inviting 20% of Hollywood to your island while you're engaging in that illegal activity, because the likelihood of it getting out is higher. Hey, DL Mariel, sorry, thank you so much for the super sticker. This is really, I'm still new to this. I'm learning. I appreciate you for the super sticker, I believe, right? Thank you so much for the support for the stream, for the channel, for everything that you chose to support. I appreciate you, and I will continue to do whatever made you support me. And so, yeah, so I don't want to say that somebody's a pedophile if we don't have proof of them engaging in that type of activity. You know what I'm saying? So, like, people can do things that are wrong. People could do things that are immoral. People could do things we don't approve of. But to put a title on them that may not necessarily fit and that we don't have proof of, I don't like to do that. Like, you could literally do something that's immoral, that's not illegal, or that's not PDF file worthy. You could do things that you don't agree with, but that doesn't make it PDF file worthy. You can do things that you think is disgusting and reprehensible, and that doesn't make it PDF file worthy. So I would never put that on anybody because that's a lot. I would hate for somebody to put that on me, and it's not what I engage in whatsoever, and it don't apply. And that's all I'm saying. And I'm not running defense for anybody because I'm not even sure what you're talking about. But I haven't heard of it in regards to Alan. I've heard of this individual. I've heard the name. Oh, old buddy. Okay. Let's see if there's proof of this person engaging in that shit. Excuse me. She left around. No, what did she put? Okay, well, wait. Okay, Nicole, it didn't show up in YouTube chat, so I see it in my other chat. Like, are you being funny right now? Or are you being funny? Or are you dead ass serious? Like, are you dead serious? Or are you being funny? DL, I don't know if you Nicole is very much so funny, so I don't know. If I want to lie about someone like Trump, I'll say something like, there are rumors spreading around that Trump can't physically get a woman pregnant. He has to use a turkey baster. Okay. DL, I'm looking at the allegations for Allen. Okay, Moosey. So, see, I don't want to. See, Moosey, I don't. Y'all playing, man. That's fucked up because she playing about a serious topic, so I don't know where to go. And DL is dead ass serious, I'm certain. And Nicole playing. All right, Dershowitz. Let's look. We're gonna look at this together. We're gonna look. Okay. Dershowitz was involved in a series of defamation lawsuits and countersuits over. Y'all, I gotta pee, y'all. I'm sorry. Y'all can read this. I'm gonna come back. I gotta use the bathroom. All right. She said, I know I'm the worst. Yeah, you kind of crazy. All right. So, all right, let's look at this Dershowitz guy. Lawsuits, series of defamation lawsuits and countersuits over allegations that he engaged in sexual misconduct. The suits were settled in 2022 with his accuser, Virginia Giuffre, saying, I now recognize oh, fuck. Why did that just happen? God damn. What the hell? I'm clicking it and it's doing that. I'm not even, I now recognize I may have made a mistake in identifying Mr. Dershowitz. That sounds like a bought retraction. Alleged he was sexually. In a December 30th, 2014 Florida court filing, Giuffre, I don't know how to pronounce that, alleged she was sexually trafficked by Jeffrey Epstein, who lent her to people for sex, including Dershowitz and Prince Andrew. The motion claimed that Dershowitz was also an eyewitness to the sexual abuse of other minors. Jeffrey's affidavit was included in a 2008 lawsuit filed on behalf of women who say they were sexually abused by Epstein. The lawsuit accused the Justice Department of violating the Crime Victim Rights Act by entering into a plea agreement with Epstein that allowed him to serve jail time on state charges but avoid federal prosecution. In June 19th. Oh, this is all one suit. Jeffrey repeated her allegation on camera as a part of May 2020 Netflix series Jeffrey Epstein Filthy Rich, and stated that Epstein had trafficked her to Dershowitz for sex at least 6 times. In response, Dershowitz repeated his denial of Jeffrey's account and accused her of selling false allegations to news outlets. In addition to 2019 litigation filed by Jeffrey and Dershowitz against each other for defamation in federal court in New York, Dershowitz also filed the defamation lawsuit in the U.S. FDC court, U.S. Federal Court in Miami against Netflix and the producer Jeffrey Epstein Filthy Rich. In 2022, Dershowitz and Boyes jointly announced that they had settled their respective lawsuits. Jeffrey said that given the traumatic circumstances of being trafficked by Epstein at her age, she realized that her identification of Dershowitz might have been a mistake. Dershowitz said that in his assertion, Boyes had engaged in an extortion plot. And so, based off of reading this, it's quite odd that the woman would accuse him twice and then retract it twice. I don't know. He countersued. Motion was a suit which was they denied. Motion is confidential. I skipped around, but it's a bunch of settling and countersuing. I can't call him a pedo. I don't feel right doing that. Finder, Black Fox, appreciate you for coming through the stream. Finders were an international community and a cult founded in Washington, D.C. in the early 70s by USA Force Master Sergeant Marion Petty. What was the history? Despite the resolution. Okay, that starts in the middle. No, Dershowitz looks like a creep. Well, I don't want to put PDF file on his jacket if it's not fact. I don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You said say yeah. I don't want to. I just don't want to put that on his jacket. You know what I'm saying? findings came to wider public attention when 2 members of the movement was seen charged with misdemeanor child abuse, 6 children accompanying them. The 2 men having remained silent when in a public park, the police you know what? Is this easier? Yeah, okay, that's better. That's better for y'all. And the men were Douglas Emmerman and James Michael Howell, both described as well-dressed men in suits. They used a van to is this where the white van trope came from? They used a van to transport 6 scruffy, hungry teenage children of varying ages between 2 and 11. Jesus Christ. The 2 oldest children, fathers Mary and Max, were interviewed by law enforcement officers. As the others were too young to properly communicate, it was noted that medical examinations of the children showed signs of sexual abuse and malnutrition, as well as bite marks potentially belonging to an adult human. During the interview, as well as eyewitness testimony from neighbors, it was discovered that the children were raised on a farm belonging to Petty with little adult supervision, with there being 20 adults and 1 other child present. The younger children were observed to display behavior indicating that they were not used to being in a house or using indoor plumbing. Jesus. Requesting to go outside to use the bathroom or urinating in their pants, noted to lack underwear. Damn. Max had a poor concept of time. They explained that they were being weaned from their mothers and were rarely allowed inside the house, even sleeping outside. Neighbors observed that the children apparently lived in the farm's watermelon field. Mary described Emmerman and Howell as their teachers, teaching them to read and play games. One game involved disrobing a man, wearing his clothes, and going through his pockets for money. She later revised her statement and asserted that only jackets were involved. That doesn't change much. The 2 reported seeing female members of the cult naked and believed it to be another game as well. When questioned about bad touches, Mary denied sexual abuse but became very fidgety and wanted to end the interview at another finder's farm in Virginia. Agents required. I can't. This is too dark. This is dark. You said keep reading. What's the part you want me to get to? This is dark. I don't want to keep reading. I don't want to keep reading. This is too dark. 2019, FBI released hundreds of documents related to the finders, noting on the FBI Vault website that it was their most requested topic, despite lack of evidence of verification by Washington, D.C. The police department, the belief that these reports indicated a larger conspiracy became popular in some quarters. The finders are often described as an early example of satanic panic in the U.S. Some authors have gone as far as describing the finders' conspiratorial beliefs as the patient zero to other conspiratorial beliefs regarding U.S. intelligence. Yeah, it's probably how Pizzagate happened. Nicole, shut the fuck up. You're right, because I'll be too focused on the accent than actually digesting what I'm reading. My thought would be trying to make the accent and everybody be laughing because I'll sound crazy as hell trying to read it. Federal authorities concluded that there was no evidence of criminal activity, with it being noted that although more could have been done for the children, it was difficult to compile accurate information with the knowledge they did have of their lifestyle only being able to be judged subjectively. The authorities contacted the mothers of the children who came to tell. Well, yeah, that's a weird paragraph. What the hell? That's odd. The 70s, I know technology wasn't the worst. I know it wasn't the best, but it wasn't the worst. With the knowledge they have for the being judged subjectively, it was kids. There's not a lot of subjectivity when you're dealing with kids. There's no room for subjectivity when it comes to abuse with kids. There's like 99% objectivity when it comes to abusing kids. All right, wait. Can I read something else I got from the Bronx? Not this. I just can't. I can't do that. Can I read something else? I do that at work. If someone say me a me, send me I'm sorry. Sends me a mean email. I read it. It's stupid as hell, so no one gets butt hurt. I can't read this. I'll read. Wait, you say Bronx? I don't know borough accents. I just know New York accents. Oh shit! What's
You
up,
hear
bro?
me?
Yeah. What's good?
Not much. Just about to throw out some garbage.
Shalom. You know I'm streaming right now, right?
Oh, dude, I didn't realize.
You said what?
I didn't even realize you were streaming.
Oh shit! Yeah. I didn't know what you was gonna say, and that's why I was like, I'm streaming, so.
I'm just throwing out garbage. I figured you were in here just chilling. So
I was in here. People wanted to hop on while I was on stream talking about what I was talking about and shit.
Oh, I missed it. What were you talking about?
Right now, I have somebody. They told me to look up the Finders movement, the Finders on Wikipedia. So I'm reading about that because I hadn't heard of them.
Gotcha.
Some dark shit.
So I'm sure you've been following.
Moosey and Nicole said, "What's up? What's up? Hi, Dallas. Is this Dallas Sec? Wait, how you say your name again, bro?
Dalek Sec.
Dalek Sec. Yeah, they said what's up. They in the chat saying what's up.
What's up? Yeah, I'm just doing chores right now. Just trying to clean up. I probably got to go run out and get some food. You know, the adult shit. So
per usual.
But yeah, just been following up on all of this stuff. That's actually. Oh, I wanted to laugh because I did see your last video. Can you still hear me, by the way? Because I'm kind of.
No, you good. You good.
Okay. I might get choppy a little bit because I'm going to give me 1 second.
It just started happening the moment you said it. It got choppy as soon as you started talking.
1 second. Testing. Am I back?
I hear the testing, yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, I was in the elevator. So, I was gonna say I watched your commentary on the the response from Lord Jamar. Actually, had me dying.
You said you actually what? You said you watched it.
The Lord Jamar one.
Yeah.
I was laughing the response because I was like, I think that was the one I sent. That shit was hilarious.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I don't understand how you could be so wrong. You could be wrong and strong like that. Man is a blithering idiot.
It like, bro, like the things that I've in life that I like thought I felt strongly about but had no proof of, I had to back off of my vigor and like my commitment to these stances. But the fact that you have no proof of this and you just feel strongly about it to be that ignorant is just insane to me. Is that hubris is crazy.
That man's ego is probably as big as Trump's.
In a sense, it's almost bigger because at least Trump was able to attain something from that arrogance. You know what I'm saying? Like Trump has been able to make money and become president off of his quote unquote ego. You know,
in a way, yeah.
And Jamar, you have this ego, but if anything, it should be within rap. Like all your Eminem hate, like I can grant you an argument with your Eminem hate. Like I can entertain that because that's your realm. But you have this arrogance in a realm that you just have no expertise or experience in, and you're acting like everybody else is crazy. Like,
you can't even get mad at Eminem, the whole Eminem thing, even if it's his realm. Eminem's albums went diamond. What has he done to get to that level?
Listen, to be honest, M is my GOAT personally. I don't agree with Jamar, but I'm just saying like there's more.
No, I know what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah. So like I can engage your argument with Eminem. But this shit, like, bro.
The only reason why I wouldn't even give him that is because now knowing the way how he moves and how he's a bitter individual. So if somebody has more than him, he's just gonna throw hate regardless. Because look what he did to Godfrey. Everything after that fucking episode, that podcast, he's just throwing shade, thinking that it's their fault. They tried to drug him. Like this motherfucker, he's dangerous.
Yeah.
That's a dangerous person to be around because he's just lack of self-awareness. He doesn't know when to shut the fuck up. Like, dude, this is not your realm. Why are you challenging somebody to study science? That's like somebody coming and telling you don't know nothing about rap. You're not an MC.
Right.
Like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man.
Like, why are you talking about hip hop, nigga? You've been here since its inception. I mean, yes, Professor Dave ain't been there since its inception, but he studied the inception of it and still practices it to this day. So it's just like you just said, like I couldn't like he would never entertain the thought of somebody challenging him on the inception of hip hop because he was there for it. He can't fathom it. And you're challenging people that have studied what happened over thousands of years ago and continue to entertain those studies and those ideas to this day and further reinforcing those thoughts through evidence. Like, and you sat in your house, you watched people on YouTube 9 times out of 10, potentially read maybe a singular book, maybe, and it was a flat earth book. You probably, as a grown adult, probably never picked up a book that was based in actual science that followed laws that were pretty much irrefutable. And you're staunch in your belief of what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Man is as dense as a wall.
Say that again.
Can you hear me?
You cut out. Yeah, you cut out a little bit.
Can you hear me? Give me one quick second. I gotta grab something. Hold on. I might be getting choppy.
All right.
Is this so? Hold on one moment. Oh, it would probably be over here. That feels like everything. Got it. Had to pick up a package. Okay, so no, what was I saying? But yeah, no, I had to laugh too because of your reaction to that whole thing. I know you weren't feeling good, so you looked like you were giving yourself a headache.
I really was. Like I was almost getting one today streaming for fucking Piers' ass.
Oh, you had to watch him too?
Yeah, I watched Piers earlier today. I was watching him before this too, before I started reading this shit.
I don't even think Pierce is an idiot. Pierce is just disingenuous piece of shit. He knows what he's talking about. He's just disingenuous.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I still get torn between Piers being intentionally disingenuous or really being that aloof. Yeah, like but I do think that Piers does that shit on purpose because the video we was watching where Marianne Williamson explicitly told him, like, she told him one thing and he just argued the opposite of what she said and continued to harp on it as if that was the conversation, because it's like, bro, you're trying to just get her riled up, but this makes no sense because she just explicitly laid out what happened.
Yeah. It's for the content. He just wants to see that especially if it's somebody, a minority on the show, he does that probably just so that he can prove a point.
Yeah.
Because he leans a certain way, so.
Yeah, but no. Let him tell it. He has no dog in the fight. It matters to him none. It's not.
So why is he so strong on those stances then if he has no dog in the fight? Come on, man.
Look, hey, I will jump at the opportunity to be on Piers' show. I know I'm nobody, but the day that comes, I will 100% take it because Piers is so full of shit, and I'm not saying nobody's scared. It's people that call him out, but it's only so much you can do when you're a guest on somebody's show. You know, you can't go the way you would if they was on your show. So,
Yup. So, but yeah, we're in interesting times. The times of the anti-intellectual,
oh, man,
because that's really what it comes down to.
I just want to like I do see light at the end of it, because there has to be a point where everybody wakes up and be like, oh my God, like I've been falling into. I hope and that's why I be strong on this shit, because I was one of those people that like. I was falling for conspiracy theories. I was anti-vax. I was like, everybody's out to get us. There's a world. I never did the Illuminati shit, but I did feel like everybody was trying to harm me at a point. Like I was there.
I fell into that a little bit too with the whole vaccine thing, because like it affect even prior to that with and I'll mention this because like the vitriol that or the dislike I have so much for Trump is because like I lost people during his specifically my dad passed from COVID.
Damn.
So yeah, and my one of my mentors, they died a month apart. So when I look at Trump, it's just like, yo, I fucking hate your guts, because the very same shit that Obama put in place to prevent all of this stuff from taking over. He dismantled it, and he went back and did it again.
And
we're actually in a worse state than we were before with that, because now we're completely blind. So.
And that's what I be talking about with this revisionist history shit, bro. Because like you just said, I think a lot of people forget or don't like. Again, the left don't remind people enough. Obama had shit in place to help alleviate problems with a pandemic, and Obama don't get credit for that. Because Trump dismantled it, because he quote unquote wants to save money. Now look what's happening, where he wants to have Elon come around trying to quote unquote save money. You know what I'm saying? Like, you literally had a pandemic during your presidential run, while there was plans in place to alleviate the struggles that will inevitably come with the pandemic. So anybody that's objective will look and say Joe Biden had a problem that was unavoidable, but he handled it pretty well. America came out better than every other comparable country, first world country, as far as the effects of the pandemic. And meanwhile, Trump, you handled the pandemic the worst way. I ain't gonna say the worst, in the not optimal way of dealing with the problem that you couldn't avoid. It was no problem of your own doing. And you know what I'm saying? And it's just like people pretend like Trump handled it well and came out of it well, and now he deserves another shot. This shit is just, the delusion is off the charts, bro. Fuck. I don't know if you muted on purpose or not, but you muted.
Sorry, no, I thought you could hear me. What happened was that I'm on the phone, so a call came in, and it takes over the Discord. So I heard what you were saying, but I didn't realize it muted me.
Yeah.
So yeah, I understand what you're saying though. Yeah, but this is to be expected with, especially what's going on right now, because it's just a bombardment. I think a lot of us have to like really just take a step back and breathe, because this is a tactic they're using to just overwhelm everybody.
It's funny you used the word overwhelm earlier in the stream. I watched a video with Ezra Klein where he was talking about how Trump and his team is intentionally overwhelming the media with information to confuse you.
It's just the tactic. So it's just a matter of like, everybody has to like, okay, it's not good, but what happened with the tariff, the attempt on putting the tariffs is a good sign, because the moment he did that, the moment he attempted to do that, the stock market took a nosedive, and he immediately backed off. And we don't know. He said it's a 30-day hold, but if he wants to keep playing that game, he's gonna lose out on a lot of money and piss off a lot of the people that wanted him in there in the first place.
Yep.
I don't know what's with his tactic of like this whole tariff shit, because there was a time when they used, I forgot what was the president that was in office at the time. It was, I have to look it up. I'm bad with that, but they attempted to use tariffs before. It didn't work.
You
Uh,
talking about Trump first term?
not Trump's first term. Many years ago,
Oh, okay.
like probably like a century or two ago, when
Okay.
they attempted it, it didn't work. So I don't know why you're trying to do it again.
Even with Trump, you had to end up paying out the fucking soybean farmers. Like, bro, like people just the fact that they think he's like a self-made billionaire is just crazy, and they like, yeah, he can run the country when the country's goal isn't to like maximize profits. That's not the goal. It should be a product of just doing things correctly. Yes, you should.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people believe that the country should be ran like a business, when no, their incentive, their motivations are not the same. And it's just crazy to me that they be like, yeah, Trump is a millionaire. He can run a billionaire. He should be able to. You want a billionaire to run the country. No, the fuck you don't, because they don't give a fuck about people and their well-being. They give a fuck about making money. And the country's goal is not to make money, but the country's goal should, as a byproduct, have people have the ability to maximize the money that they want to earn. That's what that's what it should be.
Yeah.
Fucking
But
crazy.
These people, they don't. I don't know what's going to take for them to get it. But and I think now they're coming, because I was watching a bunch of videos with a lot of them that supported him, and they're now crying at the fact that they didn't think it was going to be this bad. I'm like, what the fuck do you think was going to happen?
I know, and that's like as if we like. I guess they think we were being dramatic. Like they think that because people was putting him in the same category of Hitler, which I wouldn't even do that as much as I don't like him. I wouldn't put him in the same category. But the idea is that y'all not realizing that this is a problem, and it is a problem. It's not to say like, oh, he's going to put us in detention camps and kill 6 million people. It's like he's a threat to your well-being in general. Like, why do y'all think we're being we're being hyperbolic? He's a threat to that shit.
Yeah.
It wasn't a fucking joke. It wasn't exaggeration. Some people, yes, there's a fringe group of people that may have exaggerated what could happen. I don't think I'm going to be in chains as a slave again, but I do think that my well-being is at stake at this point, in large part. I do think that.
And the way that these mofos are moving, though, I'm just like, they already, the way that they're stripping out all women's rights and stuff is like, yo,
yeah, that's pretty fucking terrible.
The one person though that I've been seeing going at bat is Jasmine Crockett has been going ham.
Yeah, I love her. I love Jasmine.
And not fucking her and Bernie Sanders.
AOC.
I'm trying to figure out what AOC, because it's like I see her, she's doing stuff. I'm not trying to like throw it down, but I haven't seen as much. Like, it's probably just me because I haven't been catching it, but I don't see her, being as aggressive as those two so far.
Oh,
so
she's aggressive. Her approach is just different.
Yeah.
She AOC will like stay on IG with her followers and do like an hour-long vent. Like, that's the type of shit AOC does, which I think she literally just had one like yesterday where she had like a long-ass IG live where she was like ripping on like Elon or some shit like that, if I'm not mistaken. I didn't look at it, but yeah, AOC's approach is way different than Bernie, and actually they're all different from each other. AOC is going to get the attention of those that's already got their eyes on her. Jasmine is going to get the attention of people that don't have their eyes on her. And Bernie is going to get the attention of those that are already looking at politics. That's where those three thrive. Bernie is people that already are left-leaning, looking for a change, never going to look at Trump and just looking for hope. Bernie is that crowd. Jasmine is the people that's not engaged at all, and they see a dark-skinned black woman that looks, she doesn't look like she's trying to assimilate to white culture, and she got her hair laid and got the makeup and got the nails.
Yeah,
and she's going to
yeah.
cater to the urban black woman that sees a black woman that speaks intelligently, that's in politics, and they're going to be like, what is she saying? I'm gonna listen to her, and they're gonna like that. And then AOC is looking at the people that like her for her relatability, her beauty, her ability to speak to the layman that's not necessarily politically driven nor looking for the archetype black woman type thing, but just regular people that's just like on social media. That's where AOC thrives. So I think they all hit in different aspects.
That's fair.
Yeah. So and hopefully it all is not for naught. So I hope all of these people can open up more people's eyes to what's happening, because it's not even about, it's not about Republicans at this point. It's just really not. It's about Trump.
And Musk.
Yes, and look, right. It's like literally it's Trump and Musk. It's not even just about the president now. It's like at first it was like Trump, and now it's like now we got to deal with Trump and Elon Musk. Like, yeah, you're right.
They're pushing back hard on Musk because the Congress has got to take some time to really catch up to all this stuff. But it goes to show though, like how fickle the government really is. Because the thing is that there should be these checks and balances, which they still are in place to prevent something to this extent from happening. But for somebody who's not even been vetted or voted in, because when I voted, and I'm sure anybody on this stream that voted did not see Musk on the ballot. I don't give a fuck what side of the aisle you on.
Yeah,
he was not on that fucking ballot.
And he didn't get appointed to any cabinet either to again be voted on. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
it's just
Doge is not even real. It's not really acknowledged.
Yeah, at all. So it's just like for even Republicans to be okay with, like, yeah, Trump could just handpick the richest man in the world and he can have access to all of this critical private information. Yeah, we're cool. What is this world? The MAGA needs to be its own party because it's not Republican. This is so far beyond the Republican Party morale and ethics. Like,
yeah.
It's unfathomable. I used to just think Republicans disagree with me and we could argue about ways to educate America and the type of jobs that are best for Americans and where money should be allocated to Americans. Now we're arguing about merits of what the Constitution stands for and believing in it. Like,
yeah,
this is crazy to me.
It's insane.
God,
And the fact that people are just like the other side is just like focusing on, oh, this is gonna bring the price of eggs down. Like, good luck with that.
But they got off of that because they have to defend Trump at every turn. So they know egg prices aren't going down now. Bird flu or not, listen. The thing is, they want to put it on the bird flu shit. But even if that shit didn't happen, there's no conversation about the price of eggs or food. Like, that's not a thing right now. So
No, it's not.
yeah, y'all want Greenland. Y'all want to deport every immigrant that ever existed in this country that doesn't have their documents. Y'all want to get rid of the USAID. Y'all want to get rid of the Department of Education. Y'all don't want us to have vaccines. Like, everything else matters now more than everything being expensive. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's people fucking just whatever Trump says is good to go, and that's all that matters at the end of the day, to be honest. That's what they care about.
Yeah, so I don't know, man. At the end, I'm just trying to take it a day at a time.
Yeah. I mean, that's shit. That's why I'm just playing my part on these streams and shit. That's all I can do. I ain't no politician, but I'm doing my part.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, man. But I'm probably
Wait,
what's up?
What game are you playing? Are you gaming right now?
No, I'm just talking.
I haven't looked at the stream. Oh, okay. I haven't looked at the stream as well. Like, because I'm trying to like redo this some part of my network right now. I'm trying to fix something.
No, you good. I'm just talking to you. I had my share. I wasn't playing the game. I was looking at videos. They want to pour raw milk. Yeah, they said let's give kids raw milk. Like, this shit is fucking stupid, bro. Like,
Out of all the people they're gonna put in front of in charge of was it he's not the FDA?
oh yeah.
Or
No. Excuse me.
I forgot what
HHS, Health and Human.
Oh,
Health and Human
HHS.
Services,
Yeah. I'm like, yo,
Health and Human Sciences. RFK.
they couldn't pick the dumbest person to put in there. I'm just like, wow, yo.
You could have picked the least. You could have picked
Yeah.
the college student with the lowest grades, but majoring in like health and human sciences or whatever. Like, I would take him over RFK, because as long as if he isn't questioning vaccines viability, I'm good. Like, that's enough for me if we're gonna put him next to RFK. If you've seen Liz Grassman pro-Palestine, folks, today it's pretty upsetting that the left can't hold itself together right now. Yeah, the left got a lot of shit going on, Maliki. Like, it's a lot. I don't think it's insurmountable to get over, especially for midterms. It has to get together by midterms. Has to. Because Donald Trump needs to be the focus right now. Like, all this infighting has to stop. Donald Trump is the focus.
Mm-hmm. But when 2026 comes, I think the house is gonna flip, because if
he keeps on this route.
Oh, he's going to keep on this route, because he's trying to do he's trying to see what sticks, and he sees that he's hoping people are just not gonna get worn out and just give up. And while I've spoken to a few people that have that defeatist attitude, I'm just like, yo, y'all need to pay attention, because this is gonna affect you as well. So I'm just saying.
Yeah. Like I'm hopeful for 2026 too, to flip the house. I'm optimistic about that if he stays on this trajectory, because there's no short or long-term positive effects of any of this, in my opinion. I don't see any short-term positive effects. Oh, granted, no. The short term is, I guess, maybe potentially less border crossings, but we got that shit dropped dramatically even under Biden, so I don't know if it'll be a significant difference.
Yeah. Oh, the one thing I want to bring, like this is the lack of common sense of people that are doing his bidding, because the end of the day, especially with this whole mass deportation thing, the very people that ICE is going after, the ones that get that put in a shit ton of work in this country, and doing the jobs that nobody else is going to do, that a lot of these MAGA zealots are talking about, they're stealing our jobs and bullshit. Don't you think that once you have cleared out a lot of those people from doing the jobs that they've been doing for so many years, you're going to also find a hard time to find food for your family? And you're the ones going and arresting those very people that are giving you the ability to put food on your table? Nobody thinks that far.
They're not thinking that far.
I'm just sitting there, I'm like, yo, Holmes, y'all got families, don't you? So
if they say
y'all gonna be,
yeah, there's a difference between people that's potentially doing their job and the people that full blown support Trump. You know what I'm saying? Like, you may end up in that crowd and you don't support it, but it's your job, and you do have to protect your family. You know what I'm saying? You can't get fired by not doing your job. So
yeah,
but then you got the people that support it. And like you just said, like, I have a cousin I've been arguing with for a few days, where he's like he's trying to find defense for Trump by any means necessary for all this shit. And I'm like, just tell me you're either a communist, because he tried to run down let me do this in order. He's defending Trump's plans by saying everything can be done in America. And I said, okay, well, at that point, admit that you're okay with paying $17 for a single apple. Like, because that's if we run your idea of what Trump is trying to do to its end, everything going to cost more. So just say you're okay with that. You won't do that? Cool. So if you don't want to admit that, let's admit that you want to, you're a communist or a socialist. where whatever you want, you just should have. He ran the gambit. He ran it to the point where he couldn't argue what I was saying, to where he was like, food was put here for us, so why do we have to pay for it? And I'm like, oh, okay, if that's how far he ran this argument. I'm like, he tried to basically argue like he wanted to get I ran his logic to the point to where he ended up trying to defend socialism, to where nobody should pay for anything and we should be granted what we want to survive. And if that's the stance you have, cool. I don't want to argue with you, because we won't ever see eye to eye, because the basis of what we're arguing doesn't exist. We can't argue on the same playing field. So I don't want to have this conversation with you if you're a socialist. You completely disagree, and I'm not changing you on that, or you're just trying to run defense for Trump and you don't have anywhere else to go. Because he legitimately said, well, food is here for us, so why are we even paying for it? Like, all right.
It's grasping at straws.
Yeah. You're just trying to survive this debate at this point. And so, all right, well, okay, you want to just agree that we all should just be provided the bare minimum, or at this point you have to, you just can't do that in 2025. It's not possible. Oh man,
people be falling out, man.
He said they want, not you, Maliki said, I had chatted and said they want to erode child labor laws and replace them with poor kids. Damn near, because he was even arguing like, he was telling me like, oh, if we stop importing from Mexico and Canada, we can save X amount of dollars. And then if we could create 6 million jobs and we could pay $48,000 to each person. I said, bro, why do you think there's enough? We have 4% unemployment. There isn't this overabundance of people looking for work and can't find it. That's not a thing. Why are you acting like we have all these people just out of work that can't find it? He compared us to China with over 1 billion people to 360 million and tried to act like we can operate like China can. I'm like, bro, you think all this shit in theory, oh, China can do this, that, and the third. That's why I think that's why they can send us so much for cheap, because they blah blah whatever the fuck he said. It was just stupid. I said, how many people China got? He said 1 point something billion. I said, how many we got? He said 360 something million. I said, we don't even have half of their population. Why on earth are you comparing us to them as far as their labor force?
Exactly.
It's just absurd. Like, oh my God.
That's why they did that. That's why all of that stuff has been outsourced to China and other countries, because it's easier for them to manage. They have more people, and the labor, like you said, is cheaper.
Exactly. And
nobody here is going to work for that amount of money.
Exactly.
So I don't know what
I said our standard of living is way too high, even in red states. There's no way you can get people in even fucking Kentucky to work for $4 an hour. You just cannot do it. It's not possible. If you want this country to operate like China, that's what you have to get people to be willing to do, and it's not going to happen. So just, I don't know why you're there's a big ask to ask people to lower their standard of living across the board, because it has to happen to everybody, not just the people that's already got a low standard of living.
Yeah.
God damn. Can you imagine just asking somebody that's being able to, like, not even the richest people, just live comfortably, to be like, you're going to have to struggle probably every other month? Like, what the fuck? like, I know that you can pay all your bills and not have to feel like you're going to be destitute, but you're going to have to figure it out for a month or two every other month. Like, you're going to have to figure out some shit. Like, God,
so you got this. You could do it.
You can do it.
It'd be good to just struggle a little bit.
We're gonna take about 80,000 off of you a year. You know, you could stomach that, even though you're only making about 100,000. Let's just take 80,000 off of you. You got this. Fuck.
Insane economics, man.
Yeah. Shit. Yeah, bro. You want to get anything else? I'm probably finna wrap up my stream. I've been doing this about 5 hours now.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
That's a minute. No, that's pretty much it. Just came in to see what's up and shoot the shit in that regard. So
I appreciate you.
but,
You just gave me some more shit to vent about. I love venting.
yeah. Man, that's been all I've been doing this week is I'm trying to like keep it on there's a dude that I watch. You might want to check him out. He does he has this thing called Freestyle the News. Zayed, I think it's Zayed.
Zayed Tabani?
Tabani is
yeah.
Yo, that dude is awesome. I gotta give it to him because I feel like he has a very good filter. Because I've been reading a lot of this stuff and
you remind
I'm
me
just
of him,
digging
bro.
more.
I ain't gonna lie.
Oh. I'll take that as a compliment.
No, it is. No, it is. It
and
is.
Yeah. So he has a good way of distilling the noise. Because I just watched his recent video he just dropped. He had to delay it because everything that we're seeing, especially with the OPM takeover and all that stuff, he had to pull back because things were just popping off left and right. And now he basically was able to settle down and get all of that information out, and get it so it's digestible for everybody. And he was like, it's bad, but there's still like some hope at the end. So it's like he's just trying to like, stop paying attention to this bullshit. This is the level of bullshit that he's doing, and this is where we need to put more of our focus.
I might watch one of his videos tomorrow.
Yeah, he's a I think he'd be good for commentary in that regard because man, he is very good. I think in regards to like talking about politics, dude, he did his homework.
No, yeah, like I watched one video and subbed. I was like, okay, I like this dude. I like
his first video. His first video was like I saw. Was it just after the election? I can't. And I saw once after Trump won, he popped up on my feed. I was like, hold up. I was like, oh shit. Okay, so I was like, let me check him out and started following him. And every time I see some of the stuff, he's like. He seems to be on point, and he's not pulling shit out of his ass. He's using, and every time that's what I love about it because he's throwing the references on the screen. He's like, this is where I got this from. This is where I got this from. So
yeah, that's what I liked about him too, because that's how I kind of do some. I don't know if you've seen, but I got some videos earlier on, not earlier, but like some of my reactions where I'll make claims, I post my claims.
No, I did see some of the one. Which one was it? Trying to remember which one you did. It was before was it the last one? Did you do it on the flat earther one?
Yes, I did put. I corrected myself. I backed up claims I made. Yeah.
So no, that's cool. A lot more people need to do that shit because, because being on YouTube, and I understand it's like you're trying to do it for views, but a lot of people tend to forget that you also need to try to be as factual as possible.
Yeah.
And it can be difficult, but you don't want to get yourself caught out there and you say the wrong thing and you look like an idiot.
Exactly, and that's why I said I even corrected myself. I didn't want it to linger out there where I put out wrong information, where I said something I was incorrect on. I corrected it.
So. Yeah, that's good.
I'm gonna look into this Brandon Sutton, Maliki. I've never heard of them, but bro, I'm finna probably call it today. I'm gonna be on stream tomorrow though for certain.
Awesome. All right, man.
All right, bro. Appreciate you for coming through the stream.
No problem.
All right, man. Peace.
All right. You take it easy. Later, everyone.
All right, y'all. We're gonna call it for today. Probably have a video up between tonight and the morning for this stream. First part of it. If you made it to this point of the stream and the video, make sure you leave a like, comment, sub. If not one, then all three. I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one.